Now, we talk about being on course. Proverbs 19 verse 21. My favorite verse. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. You were born with a purpose, and God wants you to make your plans according to your purpose. Therefore, purpose dictates your plans. Proverbs 20 verse 18 says, make plans by seeking advice. If you wage war, obtain guidance. Don't begin the warfare of 2005 without first stopping and getting guidance from God. This is the most important year of your life. It's the only one you have right now. And you got to make this one count. And God says you plan your way by seeking good advice. You know, it's amazing. What you don't know, someone else knows. Sometimes you know where you want to go, don't know how to get there. For example, I know that I want to go to Orlando, but I can't fly. So I go to the pilot, and to the airport, and to the travel agents, and they take over my life. Now I know where I want to go, to Orlando, but I don't know how to get there. So I got to submit to other people's gifts, give their advice, and a pilot tells me, buckle your seatbelt and go to sleep. Why? I know how to get you there. So he's advising me on my success. You want to build a house, you don't try to draw your own plans. You got to go to an architect, that's his gift. You go to a contractor, that's his gift. And you see the house come into being by depending on other people's advice who have strength in those areas. Good advice is to take good advice. Proverbs 21 verse 5 says, the plans of the diligent lead to what? Profit. As surely as haste leads to poverty. If you rush into this year without a plan, God guarantees your poverty. If you rush without planning, if you don't stop and take the time to detail what you want to see happen in your life this year, you will go to poverty. I'm not just physical poverty, I'm talking about mental poverty. I'm talking about spiritual poverty. You become poor when you don't plan. Imagine, poverty is a product of a lack of planning. No matter what you don't have this year, you can plan your way into it. Whatever you desire this year, you can plan your way to it. Whatever you want to see happen this year, God says make a plan to get you there. And He will work out the plan for you. Here's something I thought was very interesting. In Jeremiah chapter 29, this is a verse that we read before, but I want to read it slowly. Let's read together, please, everybody. For I know the plans, come on together. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future and an expected end. Now read the next statement right afterwards. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Now those verses are together. He says, look, if you come to me, spend time with me, submit yourself to me, I will tell you the plans I already have for you. And these plans are not to hurt you, to harm you, but to take you where? To an expected end. God already knows where He wants you to end up this year. There's some things He wants you to achieve this year. There's some things that are supposed to happen in 2005 that are not supposed to go in 2006. There's an end to this period in your life. And God says, come to me to get the details. I have a plan for you this year. I want you to put that plan down. I'm going to read it to your mind. I'm going to tell it to your heart. And don't be afraid to write it down, and it will come to pass. I am planning myself into success this year at a different level. I am planning myself into health this year at a different level. I'm planning myself into financial prosperity this year. I'm planning myself into relationship success this year as never before. I am planning every area of my life. What are you going to do if you don't have a plan? You become bush. Look at this statement. You must seek God to find His plan for your life. God says, when you seek me, you will find me. Is God far away? No. But He'll never show Himself to those who don't want to see Him. God doesn't ever show up. You got to invite Him. God doesn't just show up. You have to invite Him. God only responds to desire. If you want God to give you a plan for this year, then desire a plan beginning today. And sit down tonight. You got tonight off. Use tonight to be your planning night as a man or woman of God. And say, God, this is the second day of the year. I want to know what the rest of it is. I want to know how to live and what to do this year. I want to know what you want me to accomplish this year. God will tell you. God will tell you. And you know, it's amazing. It says that you have to call upon Him and pray. Prayer means get away from people. You can't plan in a group. Don't sit down and plan with 10 people. Say, okay, let's see what we can do this year. You got to get by yourself and isolate yourself before God. And He will reveal to you those plans that He talks about. Now, here's why you need to plan. This is an important statement I'm going to make here. Write this down. You have to plan because, number one, you are valuable to life. You were born to solve a problem. And if you don't find what you were born to solve, that problem remains on earth. You are very valuable to the earth. Number two, you are God's response to a need He created. Everything that God created is to fulfill a function that God Himself created. So the fact that you exist is proof that there's something that God needed done that required you. So you came to earth not just to make a living and eat food and die. You came to earth because there's something God needed done that made you necessary. Number three, write this down please. You are the answer to a question God knew would be raised in this generation.
We're out of time, but you can have this message in its entirety. Write to Bahamas Faith Ministries International or call the number on your screen and give the order number. Or log on to our website, www.vfmmn.com.